Hey everybody, Save MGS here. Today I'm going to give you my thoughts on the UFC on Fox 10. And yeah, I have to say last night was one hell of a night of fights. Everything was very entertaining. And yeah, I really enjoyed myself watching these bouts last night. So yeah, let's start off with the main card here. Alex Caceres, he went out there with I almost called him Anthony Pettis. He went out there with Sergio Pettis and just put on just a 3 round war right there. And both guys went at it. They both went for the kill, and it was just a fireworks of a bout. But at the end of the day, Alex Caceres in the third round, he got Sergio Pettis' neck. He cranked on that rear naked choke, and he did not let go. So yeah, Alex Caceres versus Leroy, he won by submission, third round rear naked choke, and yeah, mean it. It was such a great fight, and I I have to say, both guys are so young in their careers. This win for Alex Caceres probably is not going to matter towards the end of his career, and this loss for Sergio Pettis isn't going to matter at the end of his career either. That they're just both very young fighters, and they put on a hell of a show, and this is how this fight's going to be remembered. And yeah, I think Bruce Leroy is really happy. He walked away with 100 grand. He got the fight of the night bonus and the submission of the night bonus. If you're Bruce Leroy, you're walking out that building with an extra. Well, he's not walking out the building with the extra 100K yet. No, he still has to go through all his drug testing results to make sure he's clean and all. And for whatever reason, in an unlikely scenario that Sergio Pettis does not test clean, he gets his money too. Hell, if I'm Bruce Leroy, I'm like, please, Sergio, be taking steroids or something. I want that extra 50K. But yeah, I really doubt that's going to happen. But one hell of a performance by those two. And just to clarify, I do not think Sergio Pettis is on steroids. To be honest, he looked very small for the 135-pound weight class. Now maybe he should make a 125, but you know what? He's only 20 years old. He's growing into his body, and just Jesus, what a fight! And yeah, after that we had Jeremy Stevens versus Darren Elkins. Jeremy Stevens, he went out there, took care of business for 3 rounds. Not a bad fight at all. And yeah, he just scored on Darren Elkins. Not much to say. It wasn't a bad fight or anything, but Jeremy Stevens, he went out there, took care of business, walked home with his money. So yeah. Next on the card, we had Donald Cowboy Cerrone versus Adriano Martins, and Cowboy just he decapitated Mr. Martins. It was just I think Donald Cerrone, did like a Ouija board in the backstage and just summoned a Krokop spear from Pride or something. Like my God, that was an epic head kick knockout. And Donald Cerrone, he's even there with an extra 50K because he won the knockout of the night bonus too. And yeah, that I really recommend you guys getting Fight Pass and or just watching the replay on Fox so you can just see that knockout. My God, it was just great. And yeah, not much more I can say, but Jesus. He's lucky he had a referee like John McCarthy in there. That's all I'm saying. Okay, on the next fight we had Stipe Miocic versus Gabriel Gonzaga, much like the Jeremy Stevens fights. Stipe, he went out there, he took care of business, and much like Darren Elkins, he wasn't, completely dominated or anything. He had his moments of brilliance, of course, but he's just really couldn't get anything really effective going against Stipe. And Stipe won a very slow and unanimous decision victory. And yeah, not much more to say. Stipe Miocic, he's working his way up the heavyweight ladder. And yeah, on the main event of the card, somehow, some way, Benson Henderson won the main event. Now, in my prediction video, I said, yeah, I think Henderson's gonna probably take Thompson's downs, control him for 5 rounds, but that's not what happened. Thompson, he went out there, he took care of business, he did everything in his power to get that victory, and the judges just plain up screwed him. I mean, in my opinion, Benson Henderson, all his title defenses, except against Nate Diaz, lost. I mean, I mean, it's like this guy has. Now, I'm gonna say I do not believe this theory at all. But if you like some conspiracy nut job, you would swear this guy pays off the judges. And it's like he has the judging gods on his side. But my God, I can't figure out how Henderson's winning all these decisions there. And you know what? In my opinion, not winning these fights decisively is really going to hurt his legacy. I mean, he has not finished one fight in the UFC. He's had almost 10 of them in the UFC right now, and they've all gone to decisions. And, hey, a win's a win, but when all your wins are saying, wait, that guy won, not you, that's really going to hurt your legacy. And, Josh Thompson, he's just got straight up robbed, man. I mean, it was a close fight, but Thompson very clearly won 3 rounds, in my opinion. And if you check sites like shortdog.com and go on to forums on like I don't know, the underground or shortdog.net, people are just in a uproar that Benson Henderson won that fight. And yeah, I just don't see how Benson won. And you know what? You can't blame Benson for this. You have to blame the state athletic commission for this. I mean, yeah, I mean Benson's getting these wins, through no fault of his own. So I think I think I'm sounding like I'm blaming him, and I'm not. But yeah, I just like to clarify that right there. I'm not blaming him. I'm just blaming these judges. I mean, yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, these wins are they're gonna affect how Benson Henderson's perceived in the pantheon of history. I mean, I think that an old school fighter like Jens Prova is gonna get a lot more respect than Benson ever will. Jens win or lose, when he was champion, you knew for a fact that, yeah, there was no debating he won that fight. I mean, he would fairly go out there, he would dominate his opponent, and or knock him out. And, same thing goes for BJ Penn. If you look at on paper at the guys Benson's beat, I think they're better than all the guys BJ Penn beat. But the big difference is BJ Penn went out there and annihilated all his competition, while Benson Henderson has not. And, now I'm ranting on a totally different subject, but, whatever. Point being, Josh Thompson should have won this fight, in my opinion. But I have to say, it wasn't the greatest fight ever. But, it had its moments. But, yeah, in my opinion, Thompson won that fight. And, that's not going to change anything. So, yeah, nice win for Benson Henderson. He's milling his way back up that lightweight. Well, in my opinion, he's still the number 2 lightweight in the world. So he's really not working his way up to anything. And, yeah. I mean, yeah, he got a nice solid win. That's what I should be saying. In my opinion, Benson Henderson, if you're going by his wins and losses, you cannot deny that technically he's the second best lightweight on the planet right now. And, yeah. I mean, maybe Benson should try to go up or maybe move down a weight class, because he's not getting a title shot anytime soon at lightweight. As long as Pettis is the champion, I just don't see it happening. And, he's kind of stuck in like this John Fitch role at the moment. I really have to say this though. Hey, this is great for Benson Henderson. People are talking about him. I just ranted for 5 freaking minutes about him. So, yeah. But anyways, I'm sure you're getting tired of my voice, people. So everybody have a very nice day. Peace out, and yeah, bye.